Falmar. Now we're gonna meet the next one.
Toxican, and my character, Sabishi. Yeah, I had a little brain fart there for a second.
That's fine. So, tell us a little bit about Sabishi. What happened to her?
What happened to her? Well, as a tiny child, as a young child, she was basically kidnapped from her family home.
Okay.
They literally burnt the place down. They were hunting after kitsunes because of their tails, essentially. Because of the power in their tails. They heard that the power was transferable, so they were trying to hunt kitsune down to take their tails. In the process of that, of being kidnapped and being transported to God knows where, Sabishi got saved by a rogue bounty hunter, essentially, who then took her under his wing, taught her everything that she knows. And years later, when she's an adult, after she has learned everything that he could teach her, he basically left her, and she started on her own journey, doing who knows what at this point.
All right. And so a couple things I do want to make clear for our viewers, and this is only for us because our editor is not going to remember anyways. Sabishi is a female, but she dresses, and being a Kitsu has polymorph powers or magic where she can kind of turn into other things. Mm-hmm. She's never one set gender to kind of keep people off the scent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so with that being said, what would her normal state look like? Not necessarily her true form, but like if she were to go around day to day with no real worries, what does she look like?
Without the ears or the tail, keeping those hidden in a straight human form. Medium length black hair, crystal blue eyes. She's only like 4 foot 5 inches tall, so she's not a very noticeable person. So she can easily just slip through everything without being noticed.
Perfect.
Basically gender neutral clothing. She doesn't wear anything colorful, and a cloak.
Cool. Alright, so breaking into Sabishi's opening scene. There's a couple more parts that we do have to hit on your backstory because I realized reading this.
You're fine.
Who was the rogue bounty hunter that raised Sabishi?
His name was Aoden.
Aoden?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the parting ways of them was he left you a note saying you're absolutely ready to go on your own. Take this small stipend, and this little house is essentially yours.
Mm-hmm.
He left it to you to kind of, it's like a little home base.
As a starting point, since her childhood had been taken away, he was giving her a chance to start over.
And one thing worth mentioning, and this is something more on my side of the knowledge, is Sabishi comes from the roots of the continent. Because I'm so original, my continent looks like a tree. And she's from the roots. So she's down here. All of the things that happen are up here. She's down here, where it's like mostly farmland and thieves and bounty hunters.
Like kind of out in the middle of nowhere with very small civilizations, small cities.
Right.
Nothing huge.
Right. There's absolutely no metropolis. It's all fairly spaced out. So we open up. After reading Aiden's note, Sabishi has all of her gear packed up, and she actually takes a few days to kind of get accommodated and acclimate to actually being by herself. So she doesn't go very far. She only goes like maybe a couple miles out, spend the day, maybe spend the night, and get used to the wilderness by herself.
Mm-hmm.
But after those couple days, she's got her confidence up. She's like, you know, he left me to my own. He really thinks I can do this, and he's an important guy to you. It's time for you to make the most of this. Definitely show him that he's not wrong. So you pack up all your gear, and you go walking down the trail. You start heading slightly west. And on your way down the trail, you actually come to a small crossroads. Nothing major. It's like your generic cart and buggy sized trail. But it seems a little overgrown. it's. I mean, sure we're in the woods, but this grass seems really tall. It's taller than you. I know it's not saying much, but
I mean, but still, like 4 foot tall grass is still pretty high.
yeah, it's not something you see every day.
No.
So, as you're walking down, though, you realize that there's something nostalgic about this tall grass. You used to play in the tall grass all the time when you were, not only when you were a young child with your mom and dad, but even when Aiden first picked you up and was teaching you along. These memories are flooding back, and it's kind of taking you away, lost in the trail, and then all of a sudden, you smell something. It smells familiar. This is your heightened senses telling you that there's something nearby. You should know what it is, but you can't quite put your finger on it. So, in that train of thought, you look around, figuring something will trigger this thought. And then up ahead, you see a rather well-dressed gentleman. A little weird clothing. He's got like a full 3-piece green suit, like muddled green, like a natural green, not like a neon, look at me kind of green. But he's got like the whole Peter Pan going for him. He's got the little pointy ranger hat. He's got the green suit with the brown accents.
Kind of like a combination of Peter Pan and Robin Hood.
Yeah, and he's got the gloves. The weird part is, though, he's got a really bright red bushy tail. And he also has a face of a red fox. Completely humanoid. Except, for the fact that he's a fox. He's not even looking your way there. He's not paying you any attention when you hear from him. You're the child that bounty guy. You're the product of what was his name? Abo.
Aoden.
No, that can't be right. No, maybe it was. You're not that kid, are you?
Yes, I am.
Okay. How is the old timer?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a bit. He recently left me alone to do my own thing. Not sure where he went, but he said he wasn't coming back.
Oh, he lives a young lass like you. All on your own?
I can take care of myself.
Very well. Very well. Well, don't mind me. If you don't mind my asking, though, are you in the same line of work as Aoden?
What's it to you?
Well, I figured if he's teaching you, he would teach you what he knows best. But with you being innocent when he found you, if he would go a different route. Are you in the same line of work he was in?
I'm not in any line of work right now. I'm not doing anything. But I do know everything that he did teach me was everything that he told me he would teach me.
So you're not in any line of work. How do you make money?
He left me some money to get me started.
Oh, surely he couldn't have left you that much.
Enough to get by.
Well, if you're ever interested in a job, I was a frequent flyer with Aiden back in our heyday. I don't so much do that anymore, but I'm always down to spread the wealth. And if you're ever looking for work, I absolutely have a job for you.
I'll keep that in mind.
And he just posts back up on the crossroads, and he warns you, if you keep heading west, it's gonna get a little bumpy up there. South ain't too good. Tide's coming in.
So are you telling me I need to go east?
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you anything. Just understand, young lass, that Aoden's trail is long gone. But there is good money to be made up north.
Maybe I'll
Of course.
consider going up north then.
Of course, if he actually left you a good sum, maybe worth just staying in the cottage.
Too many memories of him. I need to get away from it.
Okay. So your choice from here.
I'll head north.
Head north. So you go to head north, and on your way there, I mean, you have the longest way to travel from anyone, because there's a few cities along the way, but they're getting out of the way. But there's one that is known for troublemakers, bounty hunters, anyone who's looking to make a start in the world. It's a neutral ground that none of the warlords occupy. You don't know a whole lot about the warlords. You just know that they're a thing. Aiden taught you that much, at least. He taught you their names and what their whole shtick was. He actually is the one that taught you that they used to be one of the most powerful parties in all of the land. They went against gods. They tore down empires of corruption just to go belly up themselves. But any more information than that, the place to go is the Crossroads of Power. It's a no man's land where it's the biggest city you've never seen. It's the largest, like the smallest house here is about equal to the biggest house you've seen. And at least that's what he's told you. But it's a great place to learn the ways of being a bounty hunter, or if you want to get into pickpocketing. You know, there's thieves guilds all around. It's supposed to be flowing with people. And even some guards from the warlords, some patrolling parties that just think, go here for a drink, get wasted, maybe lose a little bit of coin, and that'll be it. So, that's where you're heading next. So, that's Sabishi. Any parting words? No?
I don't know. I wouldn't know what to say right now.
Alright. So that's Sabishi. Her next stop is going to be the Crossroads of Power. Fingers crossed, next session that we are able to get all together, everyone will be in the same place. And we'll see what happens. Because there's bound to be some crazy shit that happens.
I guarantee it.
Everyone like, share, and subscribe, and stay toxic.